We have 2 quiet and cold days on tap before we watch out for 2 storms. The first one brings an icy mess for Groundhog's Day. The second one looks to bring more snow as this unrelenting January pattern continues. I'll have all the details coming up. Good Sunday morning, everybody. It's January 30th, almost the end of the month already. Can you believe it? Wish we could say that as January's ending, this unrelenting storm pattern from January would stop, but it doesn't look to be the case, at least not yet. And, well, look at this. Here we go. Groundhog Phil prepping in his forecast center, and I sure hope he's tracking this storm coming up because it looks to be an interesting one. But don't worry, if he's not, and I doubt he is because groundhogs can't forecast weather, I can, and I'm tracking a mess headed our way for Groundhog's Day. We're going to take a look here at future radar for our next storm, and this next storm is coming in 2 parts. The first part comes in Tuesday, early in the day, and brings snow. Then we'll get a little break later in the day, and then the next part comes in, and that looks to be the real tricky one. So future radar starts us off here at 7 a.m. Tuesday, light snow possibly moving in. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're still seeing some light snow. 7 o'clock at night, we probably are seeing a bit of a lull before we transition over into the next phase of this storm. And then overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when things change. We get into some sleet by about 1 a.m. by about 7 o'clock at night on Tuesday, we get into some sleet. And then it's ice. By 1 a.m. Wednesday, it's freezing rain. 7 a.m. Wednesday, it's still freezing rain. And if we're lucky enough, we will change over to plain rain and get a little bit above freezing later Wednesday, but that is not a given. So this could really be an icing issue across the region. Then the storm's out of here later Wednesday, but the question is, do we hit the freezing mark? That's the big question. Snow amounts, though, with part 1 of this storm, about 2 to 4 inches for the Lehigh Valley on toward the north, with a little bit less to the south. But I'm more concerned about this icing potential. Here's a look at future ice amounts, and this model, by the end of the storm, prints out at least a half to 3/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. That's, you know how when you get an ice storm and you see all that ice accumulate on the trees and the power lines? Normally, around here, we typically get about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation, but when you're talking a half to 3/4, that is not good. So this could really be a significant ice storm for the area. So as far as those icing amounts are concerned, we're looking at the potential for significant ice accumulation to the Lehigh Valley, Berks County, the Poconos, moderate icing through a good part of Bucks and Montgomery counties, and then a light icing event for the I-95 corridor. Areas farther south will likely change to plain rain as temperatures rise above freezing, but for the Lehigh Valley, it is very questionable at this point and almost doubtful. For tonight, skies will clear, though. Temperatures will drop. 6 to 12 will be the range in the overnight low temperatures. During the day tomorrow, colder day for Monday with highs in the 20s, and on the exclusive BP Weather 5-day forecast, Tuesday part 1 of the storm moves in with snow. It'll be cold in the 20s, but then Tuesday night and Wednesday, it's all about the ice. Sleet, then freezing rain, and possibly a lot of it. Could be dangerous. Right now I have the forecast high on Wednesday at 32 just because it's questionable. Thursday we take a break in the action and it gets cold at 26, but then Friday into Saturday a storm could come up the coast and that one could bring us more snow. We'll have details on that after we get through this storm.